Republicans are the walking dead. Republicans are the zombies. Look at the zombie master Trump stood up there and said, COVID, it's a hoax, it'll go away, it's a hoax. And all the other Republicans went along with his lies and said, oh yeah, no mask, you don't need a mask, oh jeez, no, you're free, no. And the unvaccinated Republicans are the biggest group who's dying. They believed the lies. They walked the dead of the walking dead, believing the lie, and they died. That's Republican. In this cabal, this bubble of the lies of Fox News, spinning around, building more lies, believing the fantasy in their zombie minds. The Republican walking dead. 80% supposedly of Republicans say that Fox News is where they get their information. The lie machine. Fox News, the lie machine. As you all know, Fox News was never created to be news. Fox News was created by Roger Ailes and Rupert Murdoch to intentionally be right-wing propaganda, not news. It's what's fed to the walking zombies, the walking dead of Republicans. And 80% of Republicans say they get their news from Fox. And 70% of Republicans still say the zombie lie that the 2020 elections were rigged and stolen. Over 60 court cases have come through, proven the lie. Sidney Powell, Giuliani, all are up for libel and slander for their lies. And the walking zombie Republicans still say, oh yeah, stolen. And it's gone even farther to overt things that you should easily recognize from the walking zombies. The walking dead Republicans. They're saying now, like this idiot Rupert, what's her name? Something Green, Marjorie Green or whatever, is saying, oh, there's Jewish lasers up in Spacey and they're trained on us and oh, they're going to threaten us. And the walking dead Republicans believe it. And the walking dead say, oh, and those Jews made COVID happen. And the walking dead Republicans believe it. And the key right there is what you heard in history before. Jews, blaming the Jews by the Nazis. And that's who the walking dead Republican really are. And there's more. Oh boy, there's more. They're saying the vaccines are being spewed from the back of jet trails. Yeah. And that the vaccine will make you magnetic. That's insane. But they say it. And these people walk around going, oh yeah, well, vaccines are few from jet trails, oh yeah, and magnetic, oh yeah, and Jewish lasers, and oh yeah, dude. And the big one for women, the big lie that's killing off women. Oh, if you get a vaccine, it's going to injure your pregnancy. And guess what? These women who thought they were going to get pregnant, wanted to get pregnant, they're dying from COVID. Unvaccinated, they're dying from COVID. Zombie death. Now the other one with spin-off is if you are vaccinated, a woman who is vaccinated and you're pregnant, you go to the hospital and you have your baby and whatnot, they're going to take away your baby. That's another one. Insane. Zombie lies from Republicans. And they're dying. The biggest group who's dying still from COVID are the unvaccinated Republicans. Reap what they sow. You believe the zombie, you're the walking dead, and you're dying from Republican lies. Look at what Republicans have done. Republicans have voted down equal pay for women. Hello, ladies. Oh, Republicans voted you to get paid less in a job. Some women, I guess, Republican zombie Walking Dead are going, yeah, right, okay, yeah, no. Well, how about the big one? That's, things of reality. Climate change. The whole scientific community is in agreement that climate change is real. It's happening because of human economics. Made it happen. From the use of oil, coal, the chemical pollutants pumped into your air, your water, millions of tons of garbage and plastic being dumped into your oceans. And it's only Republicans, zombies, who are walking around going, oh, it's not real. Climate change isn't real. Oh, geez, no, it's not real. It's made up. Republicans, Fox News, and corporations are the ones who are preaching out the lies to the zombies, to the Walking Dead Republicans. Zombies. Another big one is this Q thing. QAnon group. The blood drinkers, The fools. The zombies. Well, who's Q? What is Q? Well, it's anonymous. So there is nobody to claim it. There is nobody responsible. There is no validity. Nothing that Q idiot has put out there has happened. And still the walking zombies are walking around going, Pizzagate, there's a pizza joint in the East Coast, and in the basement it's a sex trafficking ring run by Hillary Clinton. Well, even though one of these Q nuts actually went to that pizza joint, broke in with his guns ready to go and save the children, and found out it was a pizza joint. And on top of it, there wasn't even a basement in the building. But that didn't stop the zombies, the Walking Dead Republicans. They stood there and believed that at the inauguration of Joe Biden, that Q had told them, this fantasy liar of QAnon, right, had told them that Trump and whatnot were going to sweep in and arrest everybody of Biden and everybody, and it was not going to happen. And they watched the inauguration happen. And the Q lie glaringly showed for what it was. But the zombie Republicans still kept going. QAnon. There is no Q. And they can't have, if you trace back and find out who is really doing this stuff, who is putting this crap out, claiming to be Q, right? You're going to find it's Nazis, white supremacists, racist, Christian fascist, which is exactly what Republican Walking Dead are. Just look who showed up at 6th January. Nazis. Ku Klux Klan, Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, all racist entities, fascism, and Christian lunatics who want to force their religion into legislation and force it on all of you. Just like they're complaining about Islam and Islamic Sharia law, these Republican right-wing zombies want to do Christian Sharia law to control you. And just recently, another one was these QAnon nuts went to Dallas because they were told that JFK Jr. didn't really die, and he was going to resurrect and appear in Dallas. And from there, he's going to join with Trump, and together they were going to put in fascism on America. That's what they want. And there they went. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. So they spun off to a rock concert some of them, and posted how they saw the reincarnation of Michael Jackson, and they saw the reincarnation of Elvis. Yes, Elvis. Zombies, Walking Dead, Republicans. And we got to throw in here that, wait a minute, the other big one, the QAnon and all spreading around lie machine through Fox News and everything. Pedophiles. Yeah. Because if you actually look into, you find a whole bunch of pedophiles in the Republicans. Whole bunch of them. Whole bunch of them. From the unvaccinated right-wing wackos saying, oh, no, it'll make you infertile, it'll take away your baby, to people who were on the Republican National Committee getting busted for child porn. Well, let's mention some facts, because facts are what's important here. We got the QAnon nut, David Todeschini, who goes by the name David Trent on the Net4 Truth BitChute channel. And he was convicted in first-degree sexual abuse, second-degree sodomy. He was 45 years old when he sexually violated an 8-year-old boy. And now he's a big guy in the QAnon group, talking about pedophiles, that they're everywhere else, but who they actually are, which is in Republicans. And here's a Republican, Scott DeJarlis, DeJarlais. And he's got, he was a GOP staffer, a Republican staffer, and on the Republican National Committee as an aide. And he's pled guilty to child porn and is facing 12 years of prison. And there's Republican Ruben Verastegui, Verastigui, and he just was arrested and admitted to possession of 152 videos and 50 images of child porn, and receiving and distributing depictions of sex with children. And Verastegui sought out images of rape of children during an online chat. Really a wacko. And there's 18 more that they're bringing up of child porn. Then you got Trump Commerce Department appointee Adam Hagman, and he also is into child porn videos and abusing children. Then you got Republican Trump advisor George Nader, and he's busted for sex trafficking and smuggling into the U.S. a 14-year-old boy for sex. And it didn't just start there. I mean, there was Republican Newt Gingrich, remember? Having an extramarital affair and lying about it at the same time he was chastising Bill Clinton for having an extramarital affair and lying about it. And then when the news media started come in there and started to get too close about exposing Newt's extramarital affair, and they pushed him out. Republicans pushed him out and put in Robert Livingstone to be the head there in the Congress. Oops, but he didn't even last a few weeks after his appointment because he was exposed as having an extramarital affair and lying about it. And it goes back, there's Republican Denny Hastert. And he was sexually abusing young boys when he was a wrestling coach, like Jim Jordan. And then paying the kids to keep quiet, paying off blackmail to keep them quiet. Henry Hyde, Republican, having an extramarital affair and lying about it as he attacked Bill Clinton for having an extramarital affair. Then you have Republican racist Strom Thurmond having sex and fathering a child with a black girl, a 15-year-old black girl. Then you got Republican Mark Foley sending explicit sex photos to teenage people who were working in the Congress as pages, Or Republican Tim Mahoney, who replaced Republican Mark Foley. But Mahoney got caught once he had extramarital affair with his mistress and put her on the taxpayer payroll. Our Republican anti-abortion guy, Tim Murphy, having extramarital affairs, and the woman he was having an extramarital affair got pregnant, and Murphy, Mr. Anti-Abortion, suddenly demanded that she get an abortion. Or you got Republican Roy Moore, sexually abusing 14-year-old girls. Or Republican Mark Souder, S-O-U-D-E-R, who is big on sex abstinence as approach to birth control. Real wacko, right? And he's a right-wing family values guy. Oop, he had to resign because he was having extramarital affairs and lying about it. You see? Republicans are full of these pedophiles and sex hypocrisies thing. Well, they're telling you, they're somewhere else. They're somewhere else. They're in those liberals and whatnot there. And who's doing it? These are Republicans. And the zombies, the Walking Dead Republicans, walk around going, oh yeah, pedophile, oh geez, yeah, pedophile, oh geez, oh yeah. Bill O'Reilly, Fox News idiot, he had to quit Fox News for sexual abuse charges. Roger Ailes, the guy who created the propaganda wing of Fox News and made it what it is. He had to quit Fox News when it's, likewise, it was exposed that he was sexually abusing women for power and control in Fox News. Surprise, surprise, huh? And all the zombies still just keep going and going. With the Walking Dead Republicans. Zombies. Republican. And of course, the big bottom line here is Republican racism. Racists. That Oath Keeper group, right? The racist group. They were began after Obama got inaugurated. Reaction. The white guys said, racism, we gotta defend the whites. Racists. Republicans. Walking Dead. Zombies. Scared of the reality of history. Slavery was real. The brutality of slavery. Slavery was the whole thing that made the Confederacy exist. It was how they did their economics. That was it. The history is real, factual. There it is. And they're still crying about taking down statues to Confederate generals. Folks, there are no statues of Nazi generals in Germany. And Nazi and Confederacy are the same. Slavery, mass murder, dictatorship, destruction of your rights. Republicans are scared of that. They want to defend, they come up with all sorts of excuses to make up the language to deflect from what they're really saying. They're really defending is racism, bigotry. And what to do that, they got to have the fascism. They got to have the Nazi. They got to have the Ku Klux Klan. They got to have the Oath Keeper and Proud Boy racist, violent people. So that the big corporations can keep poisoning and polluting you and your kids. So they can destroy your democracy and take away your ability to vote, which is what the Republican zombies are doing in the state legislatures. Blocking you from voting. figuring out ways, making up excuses. There was voter fraud. Another zombie Republican Fox News lie. There wasn't any. They just make it up, say it over and over. And the zombies walk around, yeah, there was voter fraud. Oh, yeah, good geez, oh, gosh. Walking Dead, Republican, zombies. And they're living in this cabal, this bubble. Because they're fed only from the lie machine of Fox News. They're fed only from the Facebook groups of fascism and Nazi and racism and lies and QAnon lies and all the lunatic, unvaccinated lies and deceptions. Still, they're totally distorted. Totally distorted. They're the Walking Dead. Going around like zombies. Folks, the vast majority of Americans support the existence of Roe v. Wade. A woman's ability to decide for herself, is she going to get pregnant? Is she going to have a kid? Is she going to have an abortion? Is she going to do birth control? Only 30 to 35% want to get rid of Roe v. Wade. And that's Republican zombies. Just see who they are. Republican Christian fascist zombies. That's the only ones we were talking about. That's the only ones who complain about the access to abortion is Christian fascists. Want to close down, block you from living your own life, deciding your own life, and forcing you into their dark age myth of repression. It's only the Christian fascists who want to deny rights to gays throughout society. And they base it on their dark age fascist religion. Zombies. Walking Dead, that's who these Republicans are. Zombies. Walking Dead. Republican.